Okay. No, I did not do that. Hold on. I gotta put the. Okay. And then I'm gonna put it on here. The do not disturb. I keep forgetting to set that, but the good thing about it, I like on this phone, I can do it while I'm on the live. The other one, I have to. I'm about to set the do not disturb because, as I always say, don't nobody think about calling you, texting you, notifications going off until you go live. And I keep forgetting. Sometimes I forget, but I like this phone because I can do it as I'm on live. Anyhow, well, Ohanas. And if you're wondering what that is, that means family, and that's what you are. This is my channel, and I'm a grandmother of five, and my subscribers, followers, fans are Ohanas. I'm gonna get a shirt made with that on, and then also I'll make a banner or something like that, and I'll let everyone know what it means. From time to time, you hear me. So if you don't know what it means, I said pretty much um, when I start the introduction part. Okay. Whew. This is going to probably be a sensitive topic, but I'm going to talk about it, and I want to. Okay. Okay. Girl, I just got the shower and everything. I'm trying to look a little cute for y'all today. Okay. You see that back there? I made that. Not fancy, but dancy. Okay. Calendar. Okay. I'm in my room. I have my tripod today, and I'm gonna share this out. Just giving a few minutes for people to come on in here, come on in, come on in the Ohana room. Okay. So, okay. Okay, I just shared it out. Okay, shared it out. So again, Ohanas, meaning family. That's what my subscriber's name is. I'm a grandmother of five. Bear with me on this one, okay? Last night, I'm pretty sure you've seen a couple of shorts that I made. And I made those shorts. Let me see if the volume's up. Okay, volume's up. Okay, I made the shorts because I saw something on the internet, which is YouTube, that is, and Facebook, and it's life. I stress that life happens, and it was about mental, physical, emotional, sexual abuse, neglect. All of it's a form of abuse. It's not always physical, and even though putting your hands on somebody, excuse me, putting your hands on someone, no one should do. Man, woman, woman, man, man with a child, woman with a child, animals, okay, kids, children, okay. Sometimes it starts young, and I'm speaking for personal experience. But what I wanted to talk about was what I saw. I'm not going to really put no name on it, and it's because disclaimer, it's a topic that needs to be addressed anyhow. So I'm not going to put nobody on blast, so to speak. But if I did, disclaimer, I'm not making fun of no one, and I'm not bashing, because seeing that's what you call triggers. Seeing that, and that doesn't mean bad triggers. Seeing that just opens your eyes up to, you're not the only one. But my story is my story and yours is yours. That's why I don't understand why people bash people so much. Okay, I granted they say you on these YouTube streets or whatever, and you putting your business out there. Everybody has a right to their opinion and things like that. No one on this earth is perfect. Mm-mm, mm-mm. We can only live our life according to how we want to be for us in a positive way. Okay? No one's perfect. We all done fell short. We all done make mistakes. No one is perfect. But the thing of it is when a person tell their story and put it on social media, because I have said some things, but I'm not saying my situation in a way of bashing anyone. But if something happened to me, this thing here, buffering. If something happened to me, it's my story, it's my journey, and it happened. I'm not gonna get on the internet and hold on, please. I'm not gonna get on the internet and really bash, but I can talk about my story. I can tell my truth. Okay. And I'm not doing it for no attention. I'm doing mine. If I do it, it's going to be done because I want to reach people. Just like I have been talking about bullying, domestic violence. I understand every month has an awareness month. Okay, domestic violence is in October, and so is breast cancer awareness. But all of these things that happen, domestic violence happen every day. Breast cancer awareness, that's something that should be talked about every day. I don't like to just wait per se for a holiday. Y'all, my eyes just been watering for the longest. But anyhow, I looked it up. I know what it is. To talk about it. So I'm going to talk about it. It was just put on my heart to say this. Anybody that's been abused out there, seek help. Healing is for you. And no, it does not happen overnight. Everybody's situation is different. Need to be one might be just right down so horrific, okay? But to justify, no, because anyone that hits you, molests you, put their hands on you in any shape, form, or fashion, that's abuse. Anybody that neglects you, far as like if you're a child, for instance, or you can neglect your mom, you can neglect your dad, you can neglect your spouse. That's a form of let me get my words together. That's a form of abuse to me. Abuse. Yes. ABUSE. Sometimes I'm a country girl, okay? It's sad. And I say triggers, like I said earlier, because it triggered me. It triggered me. And I left some beautiful comments on the post. And I truly meant what I said, okay? If you see someone being abused, if you hear about somebody being abused, sometimes only thing you can do is tell them to seek help or girl, boy, whatever, get out. But at the end of the day, it's up to them. It's up to them. And I say that because I've been abused, mentally abused to the core and physical and sexually, okay? Mental, sexual. Come on now, fly, don't start. And emotional. I'm going to say why emotional. I used to cry so much. So much. And I'm talking about from a kid on up to an adult age, okay? And the reason why I said you don't heal overnight, because you don't. It's not no quick fix, but you got to start. It took me, y'all aren't gonna believe this or not. It took me, okay, 3 years ago. So that means I was, oh goodness, y'all, 55, 55 years of my life before I really started putting my foot down. I started in 2007, but I'm talking about 2020, 2020. Don't know what me. I don't want to go all my life, and I'm 57, as I say, feeling like I just want to put up with anything as far as being accepted. I've done that. I've been there, and I'm admitting it. Okay, the only person, I know my dad did, but I'm talking about in a way of a relationship. That's a relationship too with your father. But you love your mom and dad, your sisters and stuff different than you do your husband or whatever, but you have love for them. The only person that I felt that really loved me was my kid's father, ever. And I truly mean that. And I won't change it. And I don't have to get in a relationship and tell the next man this. But I'm saying it verbally because I'm single, okay? So I can do that. This is my story. So you got sexual abuse anytime someone touches you. I don't give a damn if you tell them no. No is no. No is a word with the N and an O. I don't care if it's small or big or one small letter. No means no. That's where the sexual abuse come in. Mental abuse is when you are really being like dragged down that road of being called names. Someone, it can be a little bit of the physical part, but someone just neglecting you, someone always cheating on you, and you allow that to happen. But see, I say allow because if you constantly keep going through and knowing that the person is doing this to you, that's not a good feeling. But it does become mental. But something's wrong with you too. Okay? Something was wrong with me when I went through it. One of the reasons is I wanted acceptance. The second reason was all my life, that's how I felt. I wanted acceptance. I wanted to feel love. And then when I got with my first husband, he helped me. Okay? I was 18, he was 33. And I say this and I stress it. That man did not mold me into what he wanted me to be. I was naturally responsible. He didn't have to say, get off from work. He was in the Army. And say, why my house dirty? Why are my kids dirty? He didn't have to do none of that. I knew how to do that because I have done it all my life as a child. From the age of 10 up, probably younger than that, but 10 up, I've done that. I've always had to be responsible. And I say this to say, just because I had to be responsible, I love kids. Do I want to work with them now if I have to? But no, because that's all I've done. Actually, I'm doing it now, raising my grandchildren. Okay, I'm talking about it's just that much of can I have a life to live and do for me sometimes? Just as soon as I try to get on that right path, so I'm not getting off the path because I'm on a weight loss journey, and I'm gonna tell you something. I refuse to gain back 116 pounds that I'd lost. These flies, man. I refuse. I'm already done suffer from depression and anxiety and emotional eating, and I am not going back down that road. So I say that. I said the mental, sexual, physical, putting your hands on someone. I don't care if it's once. and you just steady letting that person hit you, choke you out, you walking around, baby, I love you. You saying you saying that to him, but he ain't saying it to you. He might say it because he's sick. He gonna say, "I love you too, baby. I won't put my hands on you no more. I swear I won't touch you no more." It's a honeymoon stage with that. It's a honeymoon stage with it. Emotional. That's a combination of the mental, because the mental state, that's your mind. The emotional is from the pain and the trauma of what you done endure. So you find yourself crying. Some will probably say, "Why are you crying?" I don't know. I remember one time my son, he's the oldest, and my kids have seen some stuff. But let me tell you something. They didn't see no abuse with me and their dad. But they seen it with me and my second husband. And when I say seen it with us, they seen me go through it with him. Not me putting him through anything. And I'm not sitting up here trying to paint no pretty picture. I didn't abuse this man. I removed myself from him, but that's when it became mental, because here I am sitting in my room with my door closed because I got my TV in there, a little refrigerator and stuff like that. And then I had other people live with me, and he had walked through the door. One time he told my children that I hit him, and it was a lie. Maybe I should have. It was a lie. Come to find out, truth be told, everybody's seen it. He didn't care if he was in front of my mom. I never cursed in front of my mom until one day we was over at my sister's house and we was having a get together thing, barbecue, whatever, and he would show out. Now I said that, hell, he's an adult, but kids show out, right? No, he would show out. And he did something to me, and I cursed, not cuss, because I didn't continue to cuss. I said a cuss word. And I, right then and there, I said, "Mama, I'm so sorry that I said that." And you know what my mom said to me? They call me Lisa. That's what the Mona Lisa came from. And the Mona, when it was Mona's unique experience life. Now is grandmother of five. I would say grandmother of five life in it, or grandmother of five life, because it's the truth. So she said, "You ain't got to apologize to me." My mom said this to me. But I felt so bad because I allowed that man to take me out of my character in front of my family. My mom truly understood where I was coming from. She did. She's been abused. I don't know if it's by my dad, but I know she's been abused. And I can't say it hasn't been by my dad, but one thing I can say, I never seen my dad hit, cuss. I never heard my dad cuss at all. I never seen my dad curse at all, put his hands on my mom, none of that. Behind closed doors, I can't say what happened, but I never saw it. So I can't sit up here and lie and say, "I seen my dad abuse my mom." No. But I could say something else. But this is not what I'm trying to talk about. So that's when the emotional abuse come in at, with having all these things happen. We sit in it sometimes. I've done that. We're confused. And the reason why you're confused because you love that person and you don't love yourself. Mm-hmm. My mama said in 2012, when I said something to her, she said, "Lisa, I ain't never heard you complain. That should have let me know." Red flag, red, okay? That should have let me know to leave that situation, and I didn't. I didn't. I put up with it from 2011 until 2017. It was over with in 2013 for sure. Okay. And I allowed myself to be loyal and to drag this on because I wanted to feel accepted, but it wasn't feeling dumb. I'm saying me. That wasn't love. That was you trying to be loyal to someone because they weren't from that hometown or from where you from, and you just wanted to show hospitality type of thing, and you just drug yourself down. I lost myself. I lost myself. Mhm. I was, ooh, boy, I was in my 40s. Okay. So, ooh, goodness. Yeah. I had to have been 46, 44. Because y'all bear with me because I got to do some math here. So it was 2010. I got to get the calculator out and show you. 2010, I allow myself to go through this from 2012. Let me calculate it. I'm going to show you how I put up with this. Oh, goodness, my nose. Okay, so that was 11 years. So if it's 11 years, I had to have been 46, 47. Oh, wow. That's a long time. So from 2012 until 2017, that's 5 years after that, allowed my story. I'm talking about abuse, neglect, mental, physical, emotional, sexual abuse. And so I took accountability to my actions of how I allowed someone to treat me. And I almost got, I'm being honest, I almost put myself back in that same situation with the same person. Now, mind you, my second husband, he emotionally and mentally, not physically, and not sexually. The only part I could say sexual about is because I felt violated because of him cheating, right? And not knowing. I guess that can be a little bit of sexual abuse because your partner is out the house. I'm saying this correct. You don't know if he's out there sleeping with someone. So here I am, constantly going back and forth to the hospitals and doctors and stuff to see if I had anything. I'm just keeping it real and I'm being transparent. So yeah, mental, emotional, sexual. And I never had anything. Never. But it came to be about reason why I'm saying sexual is because when I remember one time I went in there and I laid on that table and I was going there. My sister is she get on here, she could contest to this. I sat there and they asked me, why are you here? And she was on the other room, side of the room, went the wall, right? Next to mine. And she heard what I told them. I wasn't talking loud. It's just I guess the walls was thin. And so I told them, and then the last time that I can recall, I cried on that table about to get myself checked to see if I had a disease. Okay? And I didn't. Thank you, Jesus. I'm not going to sit up here and lie on nobody. I'm not going to lie. And before I got with the next person that I was involved with, mind you, I was married from 2021. Oh, excuse me, I'm lying, not 21, 2001 until 2012. But I was with the person. Um, so I was with him about 13 years. Okay. I was with him 2 years before we got married. Okay. He was a year older than me. there was red flags. I'm saying this because I'm talking about me too. We have to pay attention to the red flags. Stop wanting to be, I was that person. Stop wanting to be with someone so damn bad that you allow that person to make you feel worse than what you got out of. I said that. I did it. Yes, I did. And my daughter asked me, she said, Mom, how long did it take you to fall in love with that person? And I said, ooh, I never thought of it, right? I'm talking about the one after my second husband. Probably soon. Because me and my second husband had been fell out of love 5 years prior to that. He messed me up so bad that's why I said triggers. He messed me up so bad so I started having triggers about how I was treated as a kid. No one loving me, no one caring for me. I didn't feel love. And like I said, this is not a bashing party. This is my story. I'm not even putting who did it. I'm not putting a mother, no sisters, no cousins, no uncles, no aunt, no dad, no one on this. I can't. But I can say what happened to me. See, that's the way you do it. That's the way you do it. You don't have to do it messy. Now, you can say you didn't feel protected. Triggers. And when I saw the story, I'm talking about recap, a story that I saw on social media. And it weighed so heavy on my mind and heart when I saw this. I'm so serious, and I truly do mean this. I said a prayer. I made it short, I think 2. And I'm also saying this because of bullying. That's an abuse thing. That's mental. Come on, people. We got to do better. We have to do better. My grandkids, something happened to, I'm not going to put the name on it. My grandson and grandchildren, granddaughters too. And God bless his soul. It's just sad how kids even are. And don't you know, at a young age, if a child does like stuff to animals and siblings and stuff like that, I mean, just constantly killing like little animals. It could be a bird, a cat, a dog, just anything, rabbits and fish, and just killing them. You know, that's called a sociopath at a young age. I remember I saw it was Criminal Minds, disclaimer. Criminal Minds, and it had an episode on there about the same thing I'm talking about, sociopaths, little kids, right? I'm gonna say this. It was sad. And it was so sad that the parents, mom and dad, end up finding out, but was protecting the child by saying that the child that this child did it to, which was the older sibling, done did something to the young child. And this is so horrific. They covered it up until I guess they kept investigating, and they questioned the child that did this to the sibling, and he confessed. I'm saying that also, if us as a parent, if we see that another sibling or child is doing something to your child, I don't give a damn if it's your child, you need to get help for that child. Both of them, actually, and yourself. Because who do you love the most? If you're not seeking help for the one that's doing it, and you allow it to happen, and that child that is getting done to, of course the one that's doing it is sick. But the one that is getting done to is sick too, because you done made that child afraid mentally and emotionally. And it could be a sexual and a physical. That's why I said bully is an emotional, mental, physical, and sexual thing. You can bully a person in so many ways. I'm stressing this. I have grandchildren going to school, and I pray. I told my daughter yesterday, I said, you know what? I pray for everybody's child, but I pray for my grandchildren and my children. Just put a hedge of protection around them from the bottom of their feet to the crown of their head. Keep praying for your children. And when I say children, if you got grandchildren, they're your children. I have 9 children. And if any of my kids get on here, they'll tell you how supportive of a mom I am. And I don't have no support. You see me with a straight face? None. Say this. We have to be mindful. Get help for your child. If you did something to your child, and I'm talking about it can be something as, I'm just going to keep it real, a whipping. I told my granddaughter the other day, there's pats, there's spankings, there's whippings, and then there's beatings, okay? And to me, personally, I'm saying this, and a swat, ain't nothing wrong with that. I ain't gonna judge, okay? But when you get to whooping and beating your child, I've had that happen to me. That's a whole new level. I didn't like whooping my kids. Have I ever spanked my child? Yes. I'll be lying to say I didn't. But to full flesh beat down to the core pit. And when I say beat, I'm talking about beaten to the point to where you cannot move. You got beat when you got out the tub taking a bath. And I'm going to cut this short, okay? Listen. Stop ignoring red flags in your children. Stop ignoring red flags in a relationship. It's not going to get no better. It's not. My kid's father used to drink. And then I'm going to end this because this is a sensitive topic. And I do mean this. And as I said, I met him when I was 18. He was 33. He didn't rob no cradle. Okay? He had been married prior to me, but I did not break up no home, happiness, or sad. He was totally divorced beforehand because I asked him to show me the divorce papers. Yes, I did. Okay? License, divorce papers. It was up to me to be with this man. He didn't even look his age. Okay? I guess when he first asked me, I said 26. And that was the truth. He was in the military. He gave me a good life. And I'm talking about a good life to the point to where like treasuring and pushing things to me to make me want to stay with him. I accepted the proposal once I was ready to marry him. Not when he asked me the first time. Okay? Get that clear. But I'm going to tell you this, and I truly mean this. My kid's father, my husband, and I'm going to still say my husband, he loved it us. He loved it his children. He loved it me. He loved it my mom and my sisters, but I'm talking about me and my kids to the point to where I used to say he suffocated us. He did. He even admitted. But it was in the way of his protecting us, I should say. The only thing that happened with us that shouldn't have happened. I just told my daughter this the other day. We both, I'm not going to get into the whole scenario, but I'm going to get to the point of what I want to talk about. Why y'all still not married? People probably ask that. We both had some triggers. Okay, here we go. He was going through something emotional and mental. I was going through something emotional, mental, and my health. And at the time, I didn't have no one, not even him. And it's because of a reason, not because he didn't want to be there. Something happened. I'm not going to get into that right now. I might have mentioned it in a prior video. And we both should have seek counseling, sat down, prayed together, talked about it more. It didn't even have to be that way. I ran from it. And he ran from it too because I was seeking help, okay? I sought help. But I wanted help with him and I together as support. We shouldn't have never had gotten a divorce, ever. And right to this day, I have my grandchildren and my children, and I look at my grandbabies and I say this. I say, you know what? We're supposed to be here together, seeing our grandchildren grow, our children grow, holding them, and I know he would have protected them. Mm-hmm. And my youngest grandchild is 8 years old, and she was barely 2 when he passed away, because she was born in 2015. He passed away in 2017, May, her birthday. June, he passed away. So that's why I say barely. And don't you know she's 8 now? That's why I say, how far back can you remember? She was barely 2. A month prior, she just turned 2. She remembered sitting on the bed with him. She remembered eating fruits and going to see him and everything. And she calls him Pop Pop. She's the one that gave that name, just like my oldest niece, which she's a girl, and then my son's the second grandchild on my mama's side. She could call my mama grandmother ever since she was a little girl, and all my mom's, which is my kids and my sisters or whatever, grandchildren start calling her grandmother. My granddaughter called her grandfather Pop Pop. She was 2 years old and she still remembered. And I'm saying that because the sadness is in my heart for my kids and my grandbabies and myself. Because I don't think they ever dealt with it. I'm just saying they never mourn. They're grieving still. There's a difference. People look it up. They're letting it, some of them, I'm saying that it's true. Maybe all. I don't know. But I know for a fact a couple of my children. I know my baby girl. And my 2 youngest, I said it like that. But all my children. And I say it like that because I don't know what my oldest daughter, my oldest son, I could kind of say about my 2 youngest in a sense, but I almost could say about my oldest too. My oldest daughter, she is more of kind of like I was as a child. She's laid back, quiet, even if something was wrong with her. And I had told her one time, but I'm not going to get into that right now. Don't hold nothing in, baby. Don't hold nothing in. That's suffering in silence. My eye is so watery lately. I think it's because I'm straining it too much. I don't know. But also I have Graves' disease. So it could be that. I'll talk to the doctor about it. And then they say it might be allergies. So it just hurt me to see that they still in pain. Yes, they are. And my grandchildren just have me. And my kids just have me. I ain't saying this to get on here to make this channel just be like, oh, I tell you this, my kid's father passed away on Father's Day. June 18, 2027. Father's Day this year was the same date, which is a Sunday. And I say that was his holiday. God took him on that day because he was an amazing dad. And I just wish, even like with my mom, but I'm not going to get into that. I just wish, I used to always say, I wish I could be that band-aid to that sore. I wish I could have gotten a hold of him to help him better. But I was there till God called him home. And it was meant to be like that. It was meant to be like that. I shouldn't have never got married again. I shouldn't have never. I didn't cheat with the second husband. No. So let me get that over with. No. Mm-mm. It wasn't that type of party. No. Mm-mm. Matter of fact, I didn't even know this person. 2 different states, 2 different parts of the year in life. Okay, I didn't know him. I ain't gonna change it up because it's the truth. But I did run away. I didn't. When I say run away, I didn't deal with my problem. I was just escaping it by just trying to put a band-aid on the sore, and the sore needs to heal. I don't know if that made any sense, but let the sore heal before you put a band-aid on it. A band-aid doesn't necessarily heal a sore. It protects it, right? And I looked at my kid's father, and I still do in my heart. He was an amazing dad, husband, protector. He was in the army. So I'm switching that story. He was in the army. And so, yes, this live was very, very, I guess you could say emotional. I wanted to get on here and talk about it. I could talk about it more lately. But topics like this is very, very, very emotional. And let me end it on this note. Ohanas, meaning family. I'm going to say that. That's what you are. Family. Ohana. Stop allowing, take accountability to some of the actions. Okay? Stop letting people bring you down, drain you from your positive energy. And even if it ain't positive, get out. Get out. It doesn't get any better. It gets worse. I kind of jumped over the situation. My kid's dad used to drink, and then I'm going to end it. And one time, I told him I was going to leave him. I'm going to tell you why. It was a threat, but it was true, too. Stop drinking and getting the military don't play with DUI, DWIs, adultery, or neglecting your children and family. There's another one I want to say. Abuse. That's what I want to say. They don't play. So he wasn't abusive to me, but I went through that journey with him because I'm that supportive wife. You're not driving and drink on the weekends. Mm-hmm. He completely stopped drinking and smoking. And I believe part of that did something to his health. My kid's father and my daughter's like that too. Keeps things to himself. And also, I believe a lot of it happened when he came from the Gulf War, which is Desert Storm. He was in the war, okay? I was in Germany for 4 years, and I was over there by myself with my 3 babies. And The youngest at the time was 2. Oh goodness, 3 and probably 7. So 7, 3, 7, 4, and 3. No, I'm saying that wrong. 7, 3, and 2. Say it like that. That's what it was. Because my youngest was born in '89, and her dad went in 91 to 92, or 90 to 91, something like that. But she was 2. I know that much. Didn't have no family, nothing. I had a friend. I can classify her as a friend. I was over there by myself. I'm a very, very strong individual, but all of us can fall short on needing support. Again, stop suffering in silence. Stop suffering alone, because I'm going to end it with this, saying this. Love is not supposed to hurt. That's supposed to be the most amazing feeling. You're supposed to feel good. That's just like, when you first meet somebody, you have butterflies type of thing. That's the way it's supposed to always feel. Yes, you're growing together and things change. Okay. You're getting older. I'm getting older. Your hormones, all this, that, and the third. Don't nothing have to change if you keep the communication going. Communication is key. Communication is a big factor of a relationship. I love talking to my significant other, my husband or man, right? I say it like that because, whatever float people vote, but not for me. I have your back, front, top of your head, bottom of your feet, and I say all that because if you're sick, I'm gonna take care of you. You my husband, and I know for a fact you would do the same for me. His father did. I can say he honestly did. Hell, I had my second child, and I was at the hospital. I had a cesarean C-section with my 2 oldest and the youngest one. People can't believe this. I had natural birth. Yes, I did. No medication, nothing. Natural. I needed to be changed, and my bed needed to be changed and stuff like that. And he came in there because he said it was in the Army hospital, Fort Riley Army Hospital. Okay, and he came in there and he was like, "Hey, what's up? What's going on? Y'all need to change her." So on this day, and I'm not gonna say a date, a month, and a year, because if you ever see it, you can go back and say, "Oh, she did that 2 years ago." Remember, if you look at it today, please watch this whole video, subscribe, hit the notification. We got to do better as a people. As always, Ohanas, do you, be you, for you, and love you.